Erling Haaland was born on July 21, 2000, in the city of Leeds, England. His father, Erling Haaland, was a professional footballer who played in the English Premier League, including for Leeds United and later Manchester City. Football was part of Erling's life from the very beginning. However, when Erling was 3 years old, his family moved back to Norway, where he would grow up far from the bright lights of English stadiums. In the small Norwegian town of Bryne, Erling lived a simple childhood. But even as a kid, he stood out. He was bigger, stronger, and faster than most children his age. Interestingly, football wasn't the only sport he loved. As a child, he was also incredibly athletic in track and field and even set records for long jump in his age group. Despite his father's football background, Erling's path was never forced. Instead, his parents encouraged him to enjoy sports and develop naturally. Yet one thing quickly became clear: Erling loved scoring goals. On local fields, he would spend hours practicing shooting, dreaming of one day becoming one of the best strikers in the world. At just 5 years old, he joined the youth academy of Bryne FK. Coaches immediately noticed something different about him. His determination, strength, and instinct in front of goal were unusual for such a young player. While other kids played for fun, Erling already had a competitive fire inside him. No one knew it yet, but this tall Norwegian kid would one day become one of the most feared goalscorers in world football. As Erling Haaland grew older, his talent became impossible to ignore. At just 15 years old, he began training with the senior squad of Bryne FK. For most teenagers, this would have been intimidating, but Erling saw it as an opportunity. In 2016, he made his professional debut for Bryne's first team in Norway's second division. Even though he didn't score many goals during that first season, scouts from larger clubs had already started paying attention. They saw his explosive speed, powerful physique, and hunger to improve. In 2017, he moved to Molde FK, one of Norway's most respected clubs, where he would be coached by the legendary former striker Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Under Solskjaer's guidance, Haaland began to refine his finishing and movement inside the penalty box. The improvement was immediate. During the 2018 season, Haaland started scoring regularly and showing flashes of the striker he would soon become. But one particular moment truly made the world notice him. In 2019, during the FIFA U20 World Cup 2019, Haaland scored an unbelievable 9 goals in a single match for Norway against Honduras. It was a historic performance that shocked the football world and broke records in international youth tournaments. Suddenly, clubs across Europe were watching him closely. The quiet boy from Bryne was no longer just a promising talent. He was becoming a global football phenomenon. After his incredible performances for Molde and the Norwegian youth national team, Erling Haaland was ready for a bigger challenge. In January 2019, he signed with Austrian club Red Bull Salzburg. It was here that his career truly exploded. At Salzburg, Haaland began scoring goals at an unbelievable rate. But his biggest breakthrough came during the UEFA Champions League in the 2019-2020 season. In his very first Champions League match, he scored a stunning hat-trick against KRC Henk. The football world was stunned. A 19-year-old striker was dominating Europe's biggest competition as if he had been playing there for years. Haaland combined incredible physical strength with surprising speed and precise finishing. By the middle of the season, every major European club wanted him. But in January 2020, he chose to sign with Borussia Dortmund in Germany. His debut could not have been more dramatic. Coming off the bench against FC Augsburg, Haaland scored a hat-trick in just 23 minutes. Fans and experts immediately realized something special was happening. The young Norwegian was no longer just a rising star. He was quickly becoming one of the most dangerous strikers in the world. At Borussia Dortmund, Erling Haaland transformed into a true goal-scoring machine. Week after week in the Bundesliga, he delivered incredible performances, scoring goals with power, speed, and deadly accuracy. Haaland's physical attributes made him unique. Standing nearly 2 meters tall, he could outrun defenders while also overpowering them. His explosive acceleration allowed him to reach top speed within seconds, making counterattacks incredibly dangerous. But what impressed coaches the most was his mentality. Haaland was obsessed with improvement. He studied his performances, worked constantly in training, and pushed himself to become stronger and faster. During his time at Dortmund, he scored over 80 goals in just a few seasons. His performances in the UEFA Champions League were equally impressive, where he consistently ranked among the tournament's top scorers. Soon, rumors began spreading about a massive transfer. Europe's biggest clubs wanted him. Real Madrid, Barcelona, and many others. But in 2022, Haaland made a decision that would change the Premier League forever. In the summer of 2022, Erling Haaland signed for Manchester City, the club where his father once played. Under legendary manager Pep Guardiola, Haaland became the perfect striker for one of the best teams in the world. His first season in the Premier League was historic. Haaland shattered records, scoring more goals in a single season than any player before him. Defenders simply could not stop him. That same season, Manchester City achieved something extraordinary. They won the Premier League, the FA Cup, and the UEFA Champions League, completing the famous treble. Haaland played a crucial role in that success, scoring goals in almost every competition. His relentless hunger, physical dominance, and clinical finishing made him one of the most feared strikers on the planet. Still only in his 20s, Haaland's story is far from finished. Many believe he could become one of the greatest goalscorers in football history. From a small Norwegian town to the biggest stadiums in the world, Erling Haaland's journey proves that talent, discipline, and relentless ambition can turn dreams into reality.